What if I told you that your car's AC is running at maybe half its actual power right now, and the reason has nothing to do with your compressor, your refrigerant, or any mechanical problem at all? What if the real problem is something so embarrassingly simple that mechanics have spent 30 years making sure you never find out? Because the moment you find out, they lose thousands of dollars from you, forever. Right now in the summer heat, people are spending $150, $200, even $400 sitting in a mechanic's waiting room getting their AC serviced, when the actual fix costs less than $3 and takes 11 minutes in your driveway. I'm going to show you exactly what that fix is. I'm going to show you why it was buried, and I'm going to show you the step-by-step method that dealerships quietly flagged as not recommended because it worked too well. Stay until the end, because the last tip will genuinely shock you. Think about the last time you sat in your car in July or August. You turn the AC on full blast, you wait and wait. The air coming out feels weak, lukewarm, like the system is tired. You start sweating through your shirt. You crack the windows halfway because at least the moving air feels like something. You tell yourself maybe the refrigerant is low, maybe the compressor is going bad, maybe it's just an old car. So you do what everyone does, you drive it to the shop. The mechanic hooks up his gauges, walks around the car with a clipboard, and comes back with a face that says bad news. He tells you the system needs a full recharge. Maybe a cabin filter replacement, maybe a condenser flush, maybe all three. The bill comes out to $180, $240, sometimes $350 if they find something extra to flag, and you pay it. Because what choice do you have? You live in a hot place, you need cold air. So you hand over the money, drive home, and for maybe 3 or 4 weeks, the AC feels better. Then slowly, it goes weak again. And you think, here we go again. That cycle, that exact loop of paying, feeling relief, then paying again, that is not an accident. That is a business model. The average American spends between $200 and $600 per year on AC-related car maintenance. Multiply that by 30 million cars getting serviced every summer, and you start to understand why certain information never makes it onto the shop's advice board. The mechanics are not all bad people. Most of them are just doing their job. But the system they work inside, the dealership networks, the auto service chains, the refrigerant product manufacturers, they have a deep financial interest in keeping you dependent, keeping you coming back, keeping you believing that cold air is complicated. Here is what they buried. And I mean buried deliberately with money and lobbying and quiet pressure on automotive publications. Back in the late 1980s and into the early 1990s, a wave of independent automotive engineers and fleet maintenance specialists started documenting something remarkable. They were managing large fleets of vehicles, delivery trucks, government cars, taxi companies, and they needed to keep AC running efficiently without burning their maintenance budgets. What they discovered was that the number one hidden killer of car AC performance had nothing to do with refrigerant levels or compressor wear. It was heat load on the condenser and a specific type of airflow restriction that develops over time in virtually every car on the road. These engineers published internal reports. Some of that data made it into trade publications. Mechanics and fleet managers started using a $2 method that, in documented cases, improved AC output by 30 to 50%. Cold air, measurably colder in under 15 minutes. Word started spreading into the general public around 1993 and 1994, and that is when things got interesting. Major auto service chains started quietly discouraging the method in their internal training, not banning it officially, just not teaching it, framing it as not a professional solution. The refrigerant product companies had even more reason to suppress it because the method reduced how often people needed recharges. One internal memo from a large service chain, which circulated in enthusiast forums in the early 2000s, reportedly described the fix as not aligned with revenue objectives. They spent serious money keeping this quiet. Only a fraction of car owners ever stumbled onto it, until now. What I am about to show you costs between $1 and $3 depending on where you buy it. It is a product you probably already have at home. It is called white distilled vinegar. And before you click away, hear me out, because the science here is real and it is documented. Your car's AC system works by pulling warm cabin air across an evaporator coil inside your dashboard and simultaneously pushing outside air across a condenser coil at the front of your car near the radiator. The condenser is where the system dumps heat. It has to dump heat efficiently for the evaporator inside to get cold. Here is the problem. Over months and years, your condenser accumulates a specific type of invisible buildup, oxidized mineral deposits, atmospheric particulate, and a thin biofilm layer for moisture cycling. This layer acts as thermal insulation. It does not block airflow completely. So your mechanic's gauge readings look normal, but it dramatically reduces heat transfer efficiency. Your compressor is working full effort. Your refrigerant level is fine, but the heat is not escaping properly. So the cold side never gets as cold as it should. The system is essentially sweating in a wool coat. Professional condenser cleaning services charge between $80 and $150. They use commercial coil cleaner, which is essentially a highly diluted acid solution designed to dissolve mineral deposits and biofilm. White distilled vinegar, with a pH of around 2.4 to 3.4, does the same job. It is a mild acetic acid solution. It dissolves calcium and mineral deposits. It kills biofilm. It is safe on aluminum fins, and it costs $129 at any grocery store. The difference in AC output after a proper application is not subtle. This is not a marginal improvement. People who have done this describe stepping back into their car afterward and thinking something is wrong, because the air is so much colder than they expected. Here is exactly how you do this. The entire process takes between 10 and 15 minutes, and you need 3 things: white distilled vinegar, a spray bottle, and a garden hose with moderate pressure. Do not use apple cider vinegar. Do not use cleaning vinegar above 6% concentration. Use standard white distilled vinegar at 5% acidity, which is the default concentration at any grocery store. First, let your car sit for at least 20 minutes after the engine is off. The condenser runs hot, and you want it at ambient temperature before you apply anything. Rushing this step is the most common mistake people make. While you wait, fill your spray bottle with undiluted white vinegar. Do not dilute it with water. The full 5% concentration is what gives you the cleaning action you need. Second, open the hood and locate the condenser. It sits directly in front of the radiator, right behind your front grille. It looks like a radiator, but slightly thinner. It has a grid of thin aluminum fins running across it. You will likely see it is dirty, dark-colored, maybe slightly greasy looking in spots. That layer of grime is exactly what is killing your AC performance. Third, spray the vinegar generously across the entire front face of the condenser. Work from top to bottom. Do not be shy with it. You want the fins thoroughly saturated, not just misted. The vinegar will immediately begin reacting with the mineral deposits. You may see very slight fizzing in areas with heavy buildup. That is the acetic acid doing its job. Fourth, wait exactly 8 minutes. Set a timer. This dwell time is critical. The acid needs time to break down the mineral matrix and penetrate the biofilm layer. If you rinse too early, you get partial results. Do not spray more vinegar during this time. Just let it sit and work. Fifth, using your garden hose on a moderate setting, rinse the condenser from front to back. The key here is direction. Rinse from the front, pushing the loosened debris backward and out. Do not use a pressure washer. The aluminum fins are delicate, and high pressure will bend them, which actually reduces airflow. A standard garden hose nozzle on a fan or shower setting is perfect. Rinse until the water running through the fins runs clear. Sixth, let the condenser air dry for 5 minutes, or use the car's own fan system by running the engine with AC off and just the blower on high. You want residual moisture cleared before you test. Seventh, start your car, run the AC on maximum for 3 minutes before you judge the results. The system needs a short cycle to stabilize. Then hold your hand in front of a vent. What you feel at that point will tell you everything. Thousands of people have tried this exact method, and the results are not subtle. One viewer in Phoenix, Arizona wrote in to say his car used to struggle to get below 68 degrees on the vent thermometer on a 105-degree day. After doing this exact process, he measured 54 degrees at the vent. Same car, same refrigerant level, same everything. 11 minutes of work with $1.29 of vinegar. Another person in Florida, who was quoted a $220 condenser cleaning service by a dealership, did this instead. Saved $218.71. Said the AC felt like a brand new car. The before and after here is not gradual. It is not subtle. You do not wait a week to see if it helped. You feel it within 3 minutes of running the system. The cold air is immediate and noticeably more intense. As for how long it lasts, unlike a refrigerant recharge that fades within months, this cleaning effect is durable. The deposits take 12 to 18 months to build back up to the level that affects performance. So realistically, you do this once a year, ideally in late spring before peak summer heat, and you never have a weak AC summer again. And the mechanics do not want you to know this because a customer who does this once a year is a customer who stops coming in for AC service. That represents hundreds of dollars per customer per year in lost revenue. That is why it was buried. That is why it is still not on any shop's recommended maintenance checklist. But now you know. If this helped you, hit the like button right now because it genuinely helps more people find this video before summer gets worse. Subscribe because next week I'm exposing another trick that tire shops have been burying for even longer, and it involves something sitting in your kitchen right now that can extend your tire life by years. Before you go, here's the final tip I promised. After you rinse the condenser, spray one final light coat of vinegar and do not rinse it this time. Let it dry in place. The thin residual acetic film slightly delays the reattachment of mineral deposits, extending your cleaning results by an extra 2 to 3 months. No mechanic will ever tell you that. The system does not benefit from you knowing that, but you know it now. You have the information, use it. Share it with anyone you know sweating in their car this summer. You just saved yourself real money today, and that is exactly what this channel is here for.